on the beautiful Portuguese island of Madeira, 500 kilometers out from the West African coast in the middle of the Atlantic. We're going to do a huge food tour. We're going to squeeze in as many restaurants as we can, and we're going to show all of it to you in this video. We were just driving along back into Funchal, and Ida's brother Manta said that when he's driven through here before, he's seen this cool little shack by the side of the road with loads of wood smoke pouring out of it and the smell of like roasting meat in the air. So we thought we just got to stop and try. We're in a really interesting area. It's like kind of council flats, I think Manta said, and no tourists. It's a real local area, and oh, it just looks brilliant. It's a proper shack on the side of the road where you always find fantastic food. So we're gonna go and have a look.
Bolo do caco.
Yeah.
Better.
What is it?
It's great. It's a coin.
Just one of them.
Oh, the €2 for the bread and for the chicken 7, yes?
Yeah.
With this arm.
Makes sense, cool. Chicken looks amazing.
Looks amazing.
You're gonna have to start with eat bread.
Gotta have a look at this.
Yeah, we got it.
Bread, then we take
So we've discovered that it is a kind of chicken barbecue. I think it might be peri-peri chicken, but they don't speak English, so I'm not really sure. We've ordered one and we're gonna find out. And I mean, the amount that they're cooking and the wood smoke in this whole area, and you can see it from like 200 meters away. It's just this whole huge smoky plume coming up. And the guy's got 18 whole chickens roasting right now, and this big vat of really red sauce, which, yeah, my bet is on it being peri-peri, but I'm not quite sure. We're gonna find out, so. Oh, it's smelling good. So apparently it's grape sauce. Oh, man, it looks special. It looks special. Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Obrigado.
Thank you. Obrigado.
So what was that called, Mantis? Bolo de caco?
Bolo de caco.
Bolo de caco. So we saw them making it. They had all these doughs rolled out. And a bolo de caco, apparently. Look at that. It's like herby, buttered. It's bread, but it's really interesting. It's like almost like a muffin sort of thing, but yeah, just rolled out flat. They baked it fresh in their oven and made it there straight from the dough. They had 18 of these whole chickens roasting on this wood fire. We bought a whole chicken and one of the bolo de cacos, so we just had to. Yeah, we absolutely had to. There were so many locals all standing, like all queuing, waiting for their chickens. Yeah, this is a real authentic food. So I'm gonna grab a huge piece of chicken. Oh, it's still so hot. I've never had chicken with grape sauce on it. That's really interesting. Oh, look at it. It's super crispy. Really juicy and soft.
I understand now why it's so popular place.
Really good nut. The taste of the wood smoke though makes it so good. He had a huge roaring fire just behind where he was cooking the chickens, and it's just all fresh wood, roasting them. Wow. Time to try the herby, buttery bolo de caco, freshly baked. It's looking good. I mean, look, straight from the oven, really fresh. It's still warm. Oh, that's so garlicky. That was like a really garlicky butter that was on that. Wow, that's the ultimate garlic bread. What do you think of the bread, Mantis? Goes perfectly with it, doesn't it?
Yes, goes perfectly. Don't know what to say more.
That butter was green, and that's just packed with raw garlic. It's so pungent. This is the sort of food that I always really, really look forward to finding when we go traveling, and it's the real authentic thing. Like, I don't like going to Michelin star posh restaurants, fine dining. No, I want somewhere by the side of the road with a wood fire, cooking real food with local people. Like, that's special to me, and we found it here. It was such good value. I mean, we paid for all of that, €9 in total for everything. So €7 for the chicken, a whole chicken, wood fired and covered in sauce, for €7, and the bolo de caco was €2. So for a huge meal, I mean, with 3 hungry people, can't be any better. It's so good. We've come to a little restaurant near the hotel called Casal de Penha. Our hotel actually recommended this to us. One of the receptionists, we were chatting to her and asked her where she would go for food around here, and she said Casal de Penha is a really, really good one. We did try and come last night, but it was so busy. There were people queuing out the door, and they said it would be quite a long wait, even just for a table for 2. And that was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. The only time that we could get today was 5 p.m. They didn't have anything afterwards. I mean, it is Saturday night, but it just shows how popular this place is. It's a really, really nice atmosphere, and you know what? I'm quite glad we've come early. It's beautiful and relaxing. It looks like quite a fish specialist restaurant. They've got some beautiful, beautiful fish dishes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Starters have arrived. I have got grilled squid with olive oil and garlic and some parsley. It looks wonderful. This is actually the reason I really wanted to come to this restaurant, was because I saw the photo of this squid on TripAdvisor. It looks incredible. It's really, really nice big chunks of squid, and you've even got the tentacles and everything, exactly how I like it. We've had squid a few other times on our trip in Madeira so far, and it's always been cut into little calamari rings, which can be really nice, and it's got its place, but I really like it when you've got large chunks of whole squid with the tentacles. Let's dig in. A little bit more lemon juice for me. Some tentacles and a body. Look at that. Just smell, I wish you could smell it. It's got a really, really strong smell of garlic and lemon juice coming off of it. That is so special. Wow. Really pungent, rich garlic. I barely cooked, it's almost raw garlic actually. The lovely flavour of really good quality, extra virgin olive oil, the parsley. Oh, look at this one. You can see this little cup of squid has just filled up with beautiful greeny golden extra virgin olive oil and parsley. That was extra virgin olive oil mixed with seawater and lemon juice. Oh, the flavour of that squid. That's so fresh. It's so delicious. I mean, have a look. Have a look at these tentacles in there. I love it when squid's served like that. You very, very rarely get them. The seafood on this island is just stunning. I'm gonna have to eat that in one. There's no option here. Look at it. Glorious. That was an incredible starter. That squid was such good quality. This island really, really does have amazing, amazing seafood. For main course, I have got bacalhau. It's a really, really traditional dried, salted cod dish. And they actually kind of warned me when I ordered it. They said, "Are you sure? Do you know what that is?" Because it's got such a strong flavour. I've never tried it before, but I've always, always wanted to. And this is a great place to try it. Oh, local church bells have started ringing. Right, I'm going to dig in. So the way this is made is it's a really old way of preserving cod. They used to catch these huge, huge cods, and they would dry the fillets and cover them, absolutely cover them in salt. Then you can store them for a really long time. They go sort of stiff as a board. When you want to use them, you need to soak them in water to draw all of the salt out. Then, once you've done that for maybe a couple of days, You then need to then soak them in milk just to draw the last of that salt out. Then it's ready to cook. And it used to be a method for preserving fish to take on long journeys or to store through the winter. But it's become a delicacy because it really does change the flavour of the fish. So my first ever taste of bacalhau. Really, really meaty flavour. You can taste the salt, but it's not overly salty. Very different to a fresh piece of cod. It's firmer, much more intense flavour of the sea. You can tell it's been dried and then rehydrated. It is very different. I absolutely love that. Wow. Very strong flavour. As they were warning me, yeah. I'm glad they did, but oh my God. It's beautifully flaky. It still retains that cod characteristic of those big, big flakes of fish. It's served with peppers. Apparently this is a really traditional way to serve it. Served with char-grilled red peppers, char-grilled onions, fresh olives, green and black, and some really lovely waxy-looking potatoes. Again, roasted to perfection. They're looking beautiful. All soaked in olive oil and lemon juice and some herbs. We've also got some nice carbs to go with our fish. Here we've got some nice crispy roasted white potatoes, crispy roasted sweet potatoes, a really interesting local thing, crispy fried polenta. So kind of like a potato, but it's made with corn. So corn flour and then fried up. Really crispy on the outside. But really, really soft and squishy on the inside. I love polenta. I just got the beautiful fish of the day, which is a really, really thick sea bream fillet. What do you think? This fish is absolutely beautiful. It's so flaky that you can see the crispy skin on the outside, and it just shreds into these amazing flakes. Look at that. It's gorgeous. These huge, huge flakes of fish. Strong, unique flavour. Salt cod bacalhau is an incredibly special part of Portuguese and Spanish cuisine. I've never tried it. I've always wanted to. I'm so glad I've tried it here. The quality is unbelievable. It's really, really good. All finished. That salt cod was fantastic. I've never had it before. Do bear in mind, if you're going to order it, that is a very strong flavour. But I've got to say, I loved it. If you do have the chance, you're in a Portuguese or Spanish restaurant, just, yeah, go for it. Go for it. If you're really into your fish, then that is unbelievably good. We're at a beautiful seafood restaurant called Taberna. It's on this lovely, lovely old town street. Really thin, everyone's walking through the tables. The tables are sort of set back against the old buildings. I can tell you, I've been looking forward to coming to this place for days now. Ever since we started walking around the town, we've walked past it quite a few times, and the fish and the shellfish selections outside have just looked incredible. And seeing the food that's been coming out to people's tables, honestly, it's absolutely spectacular. It's some of the most amazing shellfish I've ever seen. We've got the giant mussels grilled with, looks like garlic and butter. And we've got a beautiful fish soup to start, so let's dig in. Fish soup first. Oh wow, lots of lovely chunks of fish in there. Looks really, really delicate. That's beautiful. Yeah, really, really high quality. That's lovely. Really delicate flavour. A bit of saffron, tomato, parsley. Wow, you know, that reminds me more of a sort of very high-end French fish soup as opposed to a Portuguese fisherman's thing. That's really, really nice. Come and have a look at this. Soft white flesh, got the parsley, a little bit of onion. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I wish you could smell it. You can really, really smell the sea in there. I'm eyeing up those mussels. I can see them next to me. I've got to try one. These mussels look absolutely fantastic. So the waiter, when he brought them out, squeezed a load of lemon juice over them, and I've got to say they are huge. Look at the size of this one. I mean, that's almost sort of the length of my hand. I can tell you, I've never seen a mussel that big. Absolutely gorgeous. And the size of the meat inside. Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. Wow. It's such a big mouthful from one mussel. I cannot believe how big they are. And the flavour. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's soaked in butter, which, garlic butter, obviously, it's just packed full of garlic. Again, I think this might be like a French-style Portuguese restaurant, which is a great thing. They know how to cook their shellfish and fish. But with all that really local Madeiran freshly caught shellfish. You can really taste that. It's so fresh. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if that was in the sea this morning. I mean, you just look at it. Just look at the shell. It's a gorgeous green shell as well. Really special, really local to these islands. Mussels in the UK normally are black and they have purple shells. So these must be some kind of local giant mussel species because the colour of the shells are absolutely stunning. They go from yellow to green and then down into the sort of purpley black at the bottom, and you just do not see that sort of type of mussel in the UK. And the size of them and the flavour of the meat, they are really, really, really special. These islands are so, so good for fish. They have a protected fishing zone all around them, which stops the commercial and the industrial trawlers coming in. You can only fish on the small local boats, and we are 500 kilometres away from the nearest mainland out here. Where you've got in the Mediterranean, the fish stocks have just been absolutely decimated over the last 70, 80 years. That's just not happened out here. It's much more natural. It's much more how it should be. The quality is astonishing. I've enjoyed this starter way more than I expected. And I was really looking forward to this restaurant. I cannot wait for our big fish platter that's coming in a minute. Our main has just arrived. It's a fish and shellfish cataplancha. Never heard of that before, but it looks like a beautiful, beautiful fish stew with onions, potatoes, bits of tomato. We've got some shellfish. So Ida's got a huge mussel, one of those same ones we just had for a starter on her plate. I've got a beautiful, beautiful prawn, butterflied open, squid. We've got other little smaller prawns, some fish, some potatoes. Oh, and some little clams as well. Let's try some squid first. It's cooked in saffron and a beautiful, beautiful shellfish bisque. Oh my God. The sauce that it's cooked in, the bisque, is the bones and the bones of fish and the shells of shellfish cooked down into this really, really, really rich stock with added vegetables, and it's essentially what's called a bisque. So it's kind of a really delicate, like prawn shell, lobster, fish soup. But this has all been cooked in it, so everything is soaked with that wonderful flavour. It's got saffron through it as well, which gives it just a really nice sort of lightly spiced hum. This is really special. I knew this place was going to be good, but it's shocking me right now how good this is. The colour from the saffron is just leaked into the potato, and it's got this wonderful orange. Even the potato is spectacular, really waxy, and the flavour. Right, some fish. I don't know what fish it is, but it's very meaty. It reminds me of the local scabbard fish. But yeah, look, wow, really flaky. Really, really, really meaty, really hearty fish. A little bit of the sauce. Make sure it's nice and moist. It's super fresh. Wow. We've had a lot of great fish and shellfish on this island so far, but this has got to be the freshest. It tastes like it's just come out of the sea. You know when you first arrive at the sea, and you haven't seen it for a while, and it just fills your nostrils. You can smell that wonderful, wonderful smell coming up from the sea, the seaweed, the salt. You can taste that in that fish. It's right there. And that disappears after like 24 hours of coming out of the sea. So that is so fresh. I was probably swimming around this morning. Astonishingly good. We've got these beautiful little clams here as well. Look at this guy. So, so nice, so delicate. Lovely little shells. But the thing I've been really waiting for is this prawn. Beautifully cooked. Butterflied open at the back. And you've got to try all of the lovely juices that come out of the head. You're really missing out if you don't. Oh, that's a head butter, as Mark Queens would say. That's a really good one. Oh, so fresh, so good. Now for this wonderful, wonderful meat of the prawn. All in one. Oh, that's so special. So fresh, so well cooked. There's nothing more to say. Absolutely astonishing. What an amazing food experience we've had in Madeira. I've absolutely loved it, particularly the seafood. I mean, the squid, don't get me started. I can't start talking about that again. Please remember to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We've filmed a lot more in Madeira. I've got a lot more coming and a load more food and travel videos coming up too. If you enjoyed this video, please do give us a thumbs up and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.